Hello everyone, today I'm excited to share our lesson on crafting engaging narratives for Stage 8 English. My name is QIYU. I will focus on two Australian professional standards for teachers. The first one is 2.1 Content and Teaching Strategy. This standard emphasizes the importance of using effective teaching strategy to engage students and enhance their learning. In our lesson, we will use explicit teaching, guided practice, and independent tasks to ensure all students can grasp narrative writing. The second one, 5.1, Assign Student Learning. This standard highlights the need for ongoing assessment to monitor student progress. We will use formative assessment such as peer feedback and exit tickets to evaluate how well students understand the lesson content and to provide timely feedback. Additionally, our lesson addresses the Australian curriculum content descriptor, and this outcome aligns with our focus on narrative writing, as students will create imaginative stories using specific language choice. And our learning intention is simple. We are learning to write stories with clear structure and vivid details. By the end of this lesson, we will be able to write stories that has a beginning, middle, and end. And also, students will also use sensory words to make our writing come alive. Before this lesson, students have already analyzed story structure in dreamtale style and practiced using descriptive language. This background will help you as we move forward. We also have diverse learners in our class. For example, Sophia speaks Mandarin and will need some language support. Ethan, who has autism, thrives with structured routine and sensory adaptation. We will ensure that everyone can participate and succeed. Okay, let's talk about the teaching strategy we will use. First, we will use explicit teaching. I will model writing by showing example of show don't tell. For example, instead of saying she was scared, I might say her hands trembled. This helps you understand how to create vivid images in your writing. And this approach is supported by research on direct instruction, which emphasizes the importance of clear modeling in enhancing student understanding and skill acquisition. Next, we will have guided practice. You will work in small groups to brainstorm ideas using picture prompts that vary in difficulty to meet your diverse needs. This strategy aligns with Vygotsky's social cultural theory, particularly the concept of the zone of proximal development. By collaborating with peers, you will receive the support necessary to tackle tasks that are just beyond your current ability, fostering deeper learning through social interaction. And the last one, students will independently write their own story openings, focusing on incorporating sensory detail and employing the show don't tell technique. These tasks allow for individual expression and creativity while reinforcing the skill learning during the explicit teaching and guided practice phases. Providing a clear rubric for assessment will help students understand expectation and self-evaluate their work. This approach is supported by research on scaffolded writing from Vygotsky. And then to ensure a safe and supportive environment, we will provide noise cancelling headphones, quiet corners for those who need them, timers for transition, like a 5-minute quiet drafting period, and the immediate praises and group applause for volunteers. For Sophia, who speaks Mandarin, we will provide a bilingual glossary in Mandarin and English. We will also use sentence frames like "I felt when" to help her express her ideas. This approach follows common speak and talk theory, which helps bridge basic interpersonal skills to academic language through visual aids. Also for Ethan, we will use a step-by-step storyboard template to help him organize his thoughts. We will also allow sensory breaks and the option to use a tablet for writing. This aligns with the TAKE approach, which emphasizes structured tasks and clear visual schedules to reduce anxiety. Research supports these strategies, like the Tomlinson state that paired tasks ensure respectful differentiation for students with mixed ability. Maker model also highlights the importance of scaffolding prompts for varying complexity. Also, the universal design for learning provide multiple means of engagement and expression for sensory adaptation for students with autism. Now let's look at our assessment strategies. We will mainly focus on formative assessment. First, we will start with a diagnostic assessment using a think pair share activity on storytelling. This will help assess understanding of narrative structures through story setting discussions. And throughout the lesson, I will provide ongoing assessment, analyzing model story openings, differentiating between showing and telling, and narrative prompt compliance to monitor students' progress. And I will use feedback machine like the Sunbug and Downcheck, targeted feedback addressing misconceptions, group feedback on their brainstorming progress. At the end of the lesson, I will complete an exit ticket where you write one sentence that shows emotion. We will also use a rubric to evaluate student work. These assessments aligns with multiple assessment and feedback. Black and William emphasizes that assessment for learning drives feedback loops such as lab drafting feedback. And Hattie found that peer feedback fosters metacognition, which is crucial for learning. The impact of this assessment is significant. Exit tickets will show you mastery of show don't tell. For example, like the door cracked open. The rubric criteria will ensure that your work aligns with our learning intention and success criteria. In conclusion, this lesson integrates universal design learning and tiered differentiations to support all learners. We also use explicit modeling, sensory adaptation, and formative checks to align with best practice. By prioritizing inclusivity and engagement, we aim to foster both skill mastery and student confidence. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to seeing your creative narratives.